Welcome to Decoding Parenthood, where we unleash the secrets of happy parenting. Thank you for tuning in. Today, with our pleasure, we are introducing Ms. Jenny Lipkin, who is a nutritionist and will be sharing her views and thoughts about food and child nutrition. So, welcome, Ms. Jenny.
Thank you, Janaki. It's a pleasure to be here. I have been a nutritionist for the last 15 years. I'm in a private clinical nutrition practice, and I also do part-time instruction at the university.
So, Ms. Jenny, before, as we start this wonderful topic about child nutrition and healthy eating habits, what is your philosophy on healthy nutrition for children?
I think if I had to describe it in a word, it's going to be the rainbow.
Okay.
I personally just love the idea of a rainbow, and I think it's beautiful.
And I think all kids love rainbow, right?
Yes, they do. And I think that the rainbow can really symbolize pretty much everything about healthy eating. The fruits and vegetables come in all different colors. And if we, like we've done the presentation in the past, you can really do the fruit and the vegetable, or the fruit or the vegetable assortment in all of the colors of the rainbow, with the exception of blue.
Okay.
Because blueberries are not really blue.
Right.
And then the red cabbage is not really red.
Okay.
But you can make it blue if you put a drop of acid while you cook it.
Got it. So is your rainbow like, am I taking a plate and placing the fruits and vegetables in a rainbow format? Is that what rainbow theory is about?
No. So the philosophy of eating the rainbow is really including the different colors of fruits and vegetables into your daily meals.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be in the shape of a rainbow. It doesn't have to be all in the same plate all at once.
Right.
But just cognitively thinking about the rainbow and making sure that in general, over a period of a day, you're including different colors is important. The reason it's important is because the colors in the fruits and the vegetables are really produced by the nutrients that are generated within those foods.
Okay.
And so it is much easier to think about the rainbow and the colors of the rainbow than about, the specific terminology of specific vitamins B, from the B complex, the vitamin D, the vitamin A, the phytocyanides, the antioxidants, etc., because there's so many. And to kind of simplify it and make it very appealing and easy to remember, I usually teach that concept of healthy eating as a rainbow, because it really gives us a little bit of everything.
Okay.
It greatly varies the diet, which is just wonderful in terms of palate, but also in terms of getting the nutrients. But it also assures that you and your child are getting the nutrition that's needed.
So when you talk about the rainbow theory, do you include all those colors every day in every meal? Or is it just you pick one or two colors per meal or per day? Or how do you do it?
It's really a personal choice. Personally, my mind thinks that way. So yes, I will actually automatically almost at this point make sure that I'm putting different colors in. For example, if I'm making a salad, if I have a choice between red onion and white onion, I will put the red onion in. If I know that I don't have beets, for example, or maybe I don't have olives or something else to kind of have that color. But if I have the beets, then I'm just gonna go with whatever, however I feel.
Okay.
I also I love food and I create with food, and so to me, aesthetics are very important. So I will often make a choice based on how things look and make sure that the color accentuates the beauty of the plate, as opposed to, just throwing it in for the sake of checking the box. And then overall, in a span of a day, I will end up having, all the colors. And that's how I've been teaching my kids, and they kind of think that way as well. However, I have plenty of clients that will it's easier. They kind of want to try that idea and also introduce their children to the diversity of different foods. But it may be a little bit more challenging. So they will do like a blue day or a purple day, a red day. And the kids like that too. Obviously, because children like sweet flavors more so than savory ones, starting that concept with fruit is a lot easier.
So food, how do children see food? We see, we have cravings, we have different things, but how do children see food?
So food, I love to talk about my favorite. I love everything about the food, and I think that that point of view, and it is a passion of mine, just learning about it, growing it, cooking it, choosing it, playing with it, is part of how I work with kids and working with parents on food issues and really enhancing the food experience overall. In general, children need to go through developmental stages of how they can, properly transition from just swallowing them when they're taking a bottle or nursing to being able to chew and process food, etc. And eventually work up to being able to take pieces and eat. Children also develop in a variety of ways, not only in their palate. And I think that is one of the major parts of children's development and their connection to food and relationship to food and eating, because they learn from touching. They're highly sensory, and whether the child is normosensitive or hypersensitive, they will still be learning from that sensory aspect of food. And so having to touch food and having food constantly available, not in terms of timing, because obviously that should be a structured timeline of when meals are served. But when it is mealtime, a child definitely will do best when exposed to foods, not only in their texture, but temperature, color, shape, etc. Children are not getting as much exposure to the textile aspects of food because of the convenience aspects of various, pouches and packets, etc. So children are not actually recognizing that they're eating and don't make the connection with the eating. So I think that one of the fundamental aspects of creating a healthy environment for children to eat and enjoy food and be comfortable with food is to actually be able to experience it as children were before, the development of packaging.
Do you have an age in mind, when children can start touching and feeding themselves, we start at a very early age. As soon as they can start sitting, we have, a tray, and then we place food, and they touch it. Sometimes they might not even eat, but they're playing, as you said, sensory, right? So do you recommend a certain age that you believe would work best for children to even, just touch and feel foods?
So personal development is really going to be the guideline for that age. So it's not really the age, it is the ability to sit up or the ability to hold the head up, to be more mobile. I would recommend going by the child's natural unassisted abilities. So not the chairs that will hold the child up when the child is not really able to hold themselves up. But when they naturally can do that, that is about the time when their palates start to develop quite a bit. And having food available, obviously choking hazard is always there. So making sure that the foods are not the choking hazard. But other than that, serving children different colors, because again, color in the food will provide the variety, not only of different foods, but of nutrients, because nutrients in the food is what really creates the color.
Right.
So allowing the child to be exposed to different textures, different colors, even different temperatures. So serving something that's room temperature, that's cold, for the child to be able to notice and feel the difference would really be a great, opportunity to kind of introduce both a textile development and exploration as well as the food related one.
It was a great session. Thank you, Ms. Jenny, for being a part of our fun conversation about food and healthy eating habits. We hope our viewers have got some pointers out of all those nuggets that you have shared with us. If you have any further questions and you would like to reach to Ms. Jenny will now share her information with you.
Thank you, Janaki. It was a pleasure being here. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me via my private practice. That's called Health is a Gift. The website is www.healthisagift.com. And the email is info@healthisagift.com.
And we can leave the information in the bio underneath the video. So thank you so much for being a part of Decoding Parenthood. Until next time. If you go to an ice cream store, and then he's like, I'm going to eat the vegan, gluten-free, all of that option, and then he looks at all the other options, he's not going to pick the vegan, gluten-free. He's going to pick the Maryland mud from Charmery, isn't it? Isn't it?
I think I
So
ordered.
maybe portion control
That's true. So
and not keeping anything at home.
I don't keep it at home.
Did it have
I'm like trying not to laugh. Laughing.
Okay, take a deep breath.
Got it!
Let's go.